Hello again, YouTubers, on with SpongeBob 101 back here again on the SpongeBob channel with another Patrick Star Game update video. Today is September 16th, 2024. We've got a trailer titled World Showcase, and it basically focuses on the area that we'll be able to explore as Patrick when we get to play the Patrick Star game. So without further ado, let's pull up the trailer right here. We're gonna watch it together as always, and this is not too long, 52 seconds, but it packs a lot. So let's start right here.
Welcome to the underwater adventures of Patrick Star and Bikini.
Okay, we gotta pause right there because this is another view of Bikini Bottom that we haven't had before. In fact, I don't believe we have seen this sea needle in detail at all in previous trailers. So I didn't even realize the sea needle was here, but we do have a view of it right here. There is even a jar of mayonnaise as a collectible on top of that. So behind it, we do have Mr. Krabs' anchor. We've got Jellyfish Fields on the left, downtown in the center, of course, the Krusty Krab, you can see it right there, as well as the, I think the Chum Bucket is right there as well. And then, if you look on the right, we have the Fry Cook Game Stadium and Mrs. Puff's boating school as well. I'm not sure what that little structure is right beside that demolition derby, so if I can zoom in here. Okay, I can't really zoom in, but this thing here that I'm pointing with my mouse arrow, I'm not really sure what this is, but yeah. Also, we've got a coral. I assume that is the Bargain Mart. Yep, it says Bargain Mart right there, and then Glove World is presumably in the background there. Okay, let's continue. And also, you get to paraglide into Bikini Bottom, which is super duper cool. I wonder if this is at the start of the game or if this is just one of the various missions that you get to do. If you look at the bottom there, you can see some vehicles. We saw them bouncing around in the previous trailer, so that's where that's happening. And of course, Con Street.
Explore the serene beauty of Jellyfish Fields.
So this one we've seen in the previous trailer, nothing particularly new. Although I do want to talk about how the coral walls are, again, making things feel smaller than they necessarily are, actually. I was hoping that there wouldn't be so many coral walls. In the show, you don't see coral walls surrounding everything, and I kind of get why they had to demarcate where the map ends, but, you know, just having like those like invisible walls would have been much better, in my opinion, than putting a lot of these behind or in front of coral walls. Anyways, let's continue.
Head to Conch Street, where
another good view of the home lane, but nothing too special. We just got Squidward's lawn chair and I guess some extra stand thing.
Patrick's and friends home.
Oh, and there is a jar of mayonnaise over SpongeBob's pineapple, and another one on the coral right there.
Grab a Krabby Patty.
All right, we've seen this one before in the previous trailer.
Yeah, the famous Krusty Krab. Or visit the Chum Bucket for some of Plankton's.
In the previous video, I was talking about how besides the Chum Bucket, there is another Chum Bucket facility, which is the one you see right here. And I was wondering what they actually are supposed to be doing there. Is it like a restaurant dining area? It seems like it's going to be part of a minigame, but we shall find out when the game launches.
Take a stroll through the
again, another great view of Bikini Bottom.
bustling streets of downtown Bikini Bottom. Fly high.
Okay, this is really cool. So I really love planes, and having this as a location in this game is super cool. I'm not sure why Sandy's Rocket is even here though. It feels like they just wanted to put it somewhere, but nonetheless, very cool. We got tadpole tacos, and then a stand, you know, the Bikini Bottom Air Show. We've got a jar of mayonnaise in the center there. We've got a little propeller plane, the Danger Cliff as well. All right, so again, we're gonna be doing that mini game here, which is going to be exciting with Sandy, of course.
Bottom Airfield. Take driving safety lessons.
Here, we finally have a very good look at Mrs. Puff's boating school. Of course, it is a replica from the show. We've got two mayonnaise jars, one on the anchor, one on the lighthouse, and I wonder if we can also go into both buildings. That'll be pretty cool. That's not something I've talked about before because, you know, on the outside, everything looks really pretty, but I'm not sure if we actually got to go inside. So that will be pretty interesting to see. I don't think we've seen footage of us going into buildings thus far. We've got Mrs. Puff at the bottom of the screen there. You can see her. And yeah, we'll be taking on some missions there, presumably as well.
Mrs. Puff's boating school. Join the Smartfish at Bikini Bottom.
Yep, we saw this in the previous video as well with Squidward giving us missions here.
University. Dig through.
Dump. All right, so this here, it seems like Plankton is the one that's giving us missions because you can actually see him right at the bottom there, besides the little help sign. It will be interesting to see whether each character's missions are relegated only to a specific area, or if, you know, you could do missions for them all across Bikini Bottom, which I would assume is the idea here, but, you know, we don't have too much details on that thus far because in the previous trailer, we saw how each character was in their own area. So it's interesting to now see Plankton here at the dump as well, on top of being at the Chum Bucket.
Treasures at the dump. Crash and bash at the...
One more thing, Mrs. Puff was also at Mrs. Puff's boating school. So presumably, we will actually get missions from each character in different areas of Bikini Bottom. And I'm looking forward to see where else they're going to be putting the characters there. We got a jar of mayonnaise on the top there as well. And the toolbox.
Demolition Derby Stadium. And end your day with fun rides at Glove World.
Alright, there you go. I think this is a really nice trailer. You got to see a little bit more of Bikini Bottom, including some things we haven't seen before in previous trailers. Again, focusing more on the world. That's why this trailer was called World Showcase rather than the missions. But it would be interesting to see how you get mix and matches between the characters and the different locations. You know, characters giving you specific missions based on whichever location they are intentionally positioned at. And presumably there will be multiple locations where each character is positioned at, as we saw with Plankton and Mrs. Puff. So I'm really excited for this game. We've got just 3 more weeks till this drops, and it's really exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you enjoyed the most from this trailer. Make sure to subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys again in the next Patrick Star game update coming real soon. Till then, bye!